Good morning. Well, I am totally embarrassed because I reminded myself several times over the week to do this and I didn't remember. I did read some of the newsletters but I didn't remember about it, so I apologize. But I will tell you that 2004, and I wanted to do some other things anyways, a little bit. 2004 was the year that my grandson was born. I don't know how many baptisms were done at Interfaith at that time, but he was baptized that year. And it was also the year that Dave was standing up here and Dimitri didn't want to be in my lap. So he was sitting on the floor and he had this bib on, and Dave looked over and he starts laughing. He goes, "I know most of you can't see this, but he's got a bib on that says spit happens." So anyways, what I wanted to say that I don't think anybody who's doing the history really covered was that when we started in Interfaith, Lance and I are one of the first members of Interfaith, and we weren't sure what kind of format to have. And so we played around with a lot of different things, but we kind of settled on for a couple of years. Since we were interfaith, we thought everybody should know about all the different faiths. And so we had speakers from all of these different religious beliefs come on Sundays to tell us about their belief system and why they practiced it and what they got out of it. And it was pretty interesting. But after, I'm not sure exactly how long we did that, maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years, but people finally decided that listening to somebody talk about their experience isn't the same as having your own experience. So we continued to play with formats until we came up with this format, which most people wanted to have a more meditative service. Because we used to do a lot of singing and chanting in the beginning, so most people wanted to do more meditation, and so that kind of started happening in the beginning. And I know that people talked about a little bit about healing practices but for about 2 years, we had a healing circle before the service, where people who had different modalities in different practices. Some did cranial sacral, some did energy healing. They would meet an hour before service and we would practice on each other. And it was very, very powerful, actually. And then we had an energy healer named Donna Eden come. And when she came, Lance was really involved with that because he was at that time able to see auras, and so he went and studied under her. So I always thanked Interfaith for that introduction. So at any rate, this whole format that we have now was an evolution. It just didn't happen right away as we were trying to find our footing the first few years that we were in at Interfaith. So I apologize for not having specific 2004 incidents, except for the one I remember about Dimitri. And I just wanted to, I was going to kind of expand on how we evolved a little bit over the years until we came to kind of coalesce around this format, and wanted all of our community to realize that there was a place where you could belong, that you didn't have to follow any particular creed, and that you could experiment with your own belief system or developing your own belief system. And I think it's a much more meaningful experience. I think this place is a place where you can really find a very meaningful spiritual experience that you can carry throughout your everyday, and not just practice Sundays. So thank you. Sorry.